Whew, boy. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great, I guess it's Saturday now, because it is after 12 o'clock. I'm still here at the Red Brick House. Got here this morning at 8 o'clock. It is midnight, so that is 16 hours working here. And probably got another 2 hours or so to finish getting this floor sanded up. Sanded it with 24 grit, 36 grit. Now I got 60 grit next, and then 80 grit, and then vacuum it all real good, and then I can put the first coat of varnish on it. So I'm gonna get that done tonight because I got goals and things that I want to get done. Haters be damned. So it's kind of funny, it's almost comical because I've been, I'm running the sander. You can run it with one hand. It's got 3 float heads on it, and it's kind of like a buffer. And so you twist a little bit this way, it'll go that way. Twist a little bit that way, it'll go the other way. So I can look at my phone while I'm sanding the floor and things. And it's funny listening to some of the comments and stuff that you read. People are like, Mark's going to be in his car crying because his buddy Dak Prescott's being replaced. And, here's what's crazy. I didn't realize that the Dallas Cowboys traded for Aaron freaking Rodgers. But apparently, the Cowboys traded for Aaron freaking Rodgers. Because if you listen to the comments and stuff, you would think that Trey Lance is Aaron freaking Rodgers. Now, I will say this much. Here's the reasons that I believe that the Cowboys made this move, okay? One, I know Skip Bayless feels comfortable with Cooper Rush as their backup quarterback, and I don't see that actually changing right now. I look and say Trey Lance is a project. I don't know if he can be on the practice squad without them losing him, or how that dynamic's going to work, if they're going to keep 3 guys on the game day roster or what. But in this day and age, getting quarterbacks is hard. And I think back to the Cowboys when they had Troy Aikman and Steve Walsh. Jimmy Johnson basically wanted you to think that Steve Walsh was the guy. Why? Because they were looking for trade value. And so when you start looking and saying Trey Lance, you get him for a 4th round pick, only costing you $900,000 this year, and I think $4 million next, or 4 or 5 next year. He's not much more than Cooper Rush. And you can look at this and say, well, we got Cooper Rush for this year, we can let him go and have Trey Lance next year. And if by chance Trey Lance ends up being lightning in a bottle, like, say, Steve Young leaving Tampa Bay and going to the 49ers, where he sits behind Dak Prescott for a while and starts to get it, by all means, that's incredible, because then you got a franchise quarterback with an undrafted player, a 4th round pick, and then another 4th round pick. I don't see a problem here. Others see a problem. The other thing that I don't think people think about here, the real reason that maybe the Cowboys went ahead and got Trey Lance, the side benefit. I mentioned it on my live stream tonight. Shout out to all the people that came in, especially all the trolls that came in to say, see, Dak's not the one, the Cowboys don't believe him. He's here to put pressure on Dak Prescott. They ain't signed him to extension. Didn't we hear those same things about Andy Dalton? And I dare say, here's the thing I say. I dare say that Andy Dalton had more experience and was a better quarterback than what Trey Lance is. You do realize that Trey Lance has only got like 700 yards passing in his career. This past year, he was a 52% completion percentage. His power rankings, I think, is like 70 something. I mean, not power ranking, excuse me. His rating. So he is a project. But here's the real reason why I believe the Cowboys got him. See, you got the New England Patriots that, film other teams playing and things like that, trying to steal their signals and stuff, right? Well, why not get Trey Lance a guy who has been in the system for 2 years, plus a training camp, who was a quarterback, so he should know all the signals, all the calls, the plays, and probably isn't too fond of San Francisco and may decide, yeah, let me help a brother out. Every team looks for an advantage. Every single one. And you know how a week or two before you play somebody, player you cut, the opposition picks him up. They don't pick him up because they think he's a great player. They pick him up so that way they can try and learn something about the other team, some of the strengths, some of the weaknesses, some of the calls, tendencies. Any little bit of extra information that you have is a good thing. And you look at the Cowboys, who their kryptonite has been the San Francisco 49ers. You want to get any intel you can get any which way you can. And if you can get some intel that helps you when you play them, if you play them in the playoffs again, if you make the playoffs, bro, you're telling me that's not worth 4th round draft pick? Buddy, I'll take it however you want to. That and Jerry Jones likes to stir shit up. And we know that we're in contract negotiations with that. And Jerry Jones, of course, will, try, or at least you'll hear the talking heads say, this is a message from Jerry Jones. No, here's the thing. You always, as Stephen Jones, aka Catboy, says, you always want to look for ways to get better. Player acquisition is a 365-day-a-year job, which is the truth. It is the truth. And if you're not looking at every player that's a possibility, then you're not doing your team service. I can guarantee you the Eagles do that. And the Eagles have done well with doing that. So why not take a cue from the Eagles? Okay. So Will Greer won't be returning, but you got a former number 1 draft pick that 3 number 1 picks were given up to get him. I dare say that that's not exactly a bad thing. And if we do by chance catch lightning in a bottle and he ends up being great, I'm good with that too. So anyway, I've got to finish these floors in here, and I'm going to be here late tonight. Yeah. It's just me and all you ghosts that are in here, if there's any in here. Remember, I'm just here working to make this place great. All right? Remember, good people. Tell the people you love them. You might not get the chance again, and you don't want to live with that kind of guilt. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it already is tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. I'll see you in the morning. Actually, it is already in the morning. I'll see you when I get up. I might end up working through the night. Okay. I'll see you later. You want to see what I'm doing? Okay. Ooh. I think I'm going to go out and get me a snack and some coffee. Take a look at this. Sanding out the floor. Isn't that beautiful? I can't believe how good this looks after seeing how bad it was. We had right here, I patched the floor because there was a roof leak right here and it messed up. I patched the floor over here too. And it looks freaking great. So 60 grit next.